We are going to sell our house, leave our jobs, and go and travel the world. I'm Reece, I'm 29.
I'm Jess, I'm 30.
Why are we going to do this?
Well, our plans changed quite a lot. What we were thinking of doing is having 2 big holidays for our birthdays, for the big 3-0. And then when we were in Africa for my birthday, in Kenya and then Zanzibar, it was the most amazing, surreal experience of our lives, wasn't it? And we thought, why the hell are we not doing this more often? And we need to just do it forever. So, yeah, it all changed after that, didn't it?
Yeah, it kind of like really opened our eyes to... it helped us realise...
There's more to life than this miserable weather.
Yeah, it just basically opened our eyes and made us realise that we need to live a little bit more, especially before we settle down and have kids, and just maybe kind of live a normal life. And in the process of thinking that, we thought that we would document it as well, create this YouTube channel, which we're just introducing ourselves to you now. I'm
sure no one will actually bother watching this, so I feel that's why I feel a bit easier talking.
Yeah, true. That's the good thing about videos that don't do well.
I'm sure
no one sees them.
people will only watch it when it's like really amazing, like Bali or somewhere like that. I would be pros by then.
It would be a good one to look back on. But yeah, that's sort of like a little bit of background on why we are doing it, or how the thought came about. And I don't know, our lives just seem to be at a bit, we were talking about this before, and our lives just seem to be at a little bit of a tipping point now where we either get pregnant.
You're not getting pregnant?
Yeah. You know, move house into like a forever home, potentially, and just work and live a normal life, as we were saying.
A mortgage.
Yeah, or we could kind of make a go at living life more on our own terms.
Which is something I think we've both always wanted to do that, but it's always just been a dream, hasn't it? So then we thought, why don't we just try and make it happen? Like, why not?
Yeah.
We're in a fortunate position where we've actually got some equity in our house, and I know it's probably not financially wise to take it out and travel, but we're going to try and find the best way to do it so that we can have the best of both worlds.
Yep, pretty much summed it up pretty well. And you know, and if this social media stuff takes off and does well, then we can hopefully make some money out of that as well.
And you don't have to go back to work.
And yeah, I wouldn't have to go back to work. So, you know, and worst case scenario, it doesn't do well. We still go travelling for a year, spend all of our money, and go back to what we were doing anyway.
Because we're still young enough to do it.
Exactly. So we've kind of been listening to a lot of advice from a lot of people who are telling us to go and do it, and
yeah,
this is the beginning.
Everyone I've spoken to about it have said, just do it. Look.
Wow.
That's devil's
I'm just going to show you this.
Reece is having a tour of Loggerheads because he's never been.
Yeah, I've never been to Loggerheads before.
This is where I spent a lot of my childhood.
Yeah, wow, that's really big actually.
People do abseiling down there.
They do what?
Abseiling.
Do they? Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's a nice walk, Loggerheads, anyway. So yeah, if you would like to follow along with our journey, see how we're going to do things, which we're going to be doing more videos on, in the sense of, yes, we're selling our house, but we will also be buying somewhere else.
We're still working out that bit though, aren't we?
Yeah, this is all the stuff we're sort of working out. The things we're going to discuss on the channel, and of how we're going to be doing things. So we're going to be really open and honest about it. And
got some big decisions to make.
Yep, big decisions. A lot of thought to go behind things. A lot of organising, a lot of things to sort out with the house at the moment before we sell. Things to buy.
How long have we lived in our house for? 4 years.
We've been there 4 years now. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, but this is just more of an introductory video. My arm's really starting to ache now. An introductory video introducing ourselves, letting you know what our plans are, and yeah, hopefully you will be up for the journey with us and come and follow along. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave any comments, thoughts down below, and yeah, welcome to our journey.
Now. I'm too weak for that.
Yeah, you heard that. Come and follow along our journey, and hopefully it turns out to be a really successful,
hopefully this
wonderful
actually works, otherwise this is going to be very embarrassing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It won't be embarrassing.
But at least we could say we tried.
Yeah, we can say we tried. So, peace. So something else that we didn't mention there either was you can also go follow our Instagram, which is MoseyandJess. We have private ones too. Well, Jess is private, mine's public, which is our MoseyR, and that is also our TikTok handle. I just mentioned MoseyandJess. Yeah, it's MoseyandJess or our MoseyR. They're our Instagram and TikTok handles.
Where we basically just eat out a lot, don't we?
Yeah, there's a lot more short form content on there. Basically sharing our love of food and travel. Post a lot of food stuff on there because we do eat out quite often, to be honest. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, there's more like short form content on there. So you know, if you're not into the long form content stuff, or you can't be bothered watching these full videos, then yeah, you can just go and catch up on what we're doing in life with the short form content on Instagram and on TikTok.
This is where you get chopped your head off.
There's some good amateur B-roll footage there. So in the next video, we're gonna sort of like talk about the different processes in terms of like selling the house, taking equity out of the house. We've already spoken to our mortgage advisor, so we can go into a little bit of detail with that and tell you what we intend to do, or what we're sort of thinking at the moment.